Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2 where we see virtus.pro for the first time today, but not the last time today, up against IG. We are gonna see two matchups between these two teams. You are of course watching the group stages for the International 3. We are in Group B for this one. virtus.pro, they are looking to get some wins to their name because they need them desperately if they do not want to end up in the bottom 4 of the group. And you do not want to end up in the bottom 4 because that means that you are going to the loser bracket instead of going to the winners bracket of the playoff brackets. IG sitting on an even score of 3-3 for now and are looking to get some wins in as well because it's not guaranteed yet that they are making their way to that winners bracket. Of course, with me is Beatis. He's my co-caster for the entire preliminaries event. Beatis, welcome back.
Greetings.
So we have got ourselves an IO ban already for IG. Still have an Alchemist in the pool. Still have an OD in the pool. I believe this is the first time that we see IG, right?
Yep, this is our first and I think only time casting IG.
Okay.
Definitely excited to see how well they're performing. Got a pretty decent test for them up against virtus.pro. I think VP's got a playstyle that they're not really accustomed to. If VP is aggressive and if Arzart and NS are clicking today. That's a big question mark because yesterday VP was off.
Yeah.
There's no debate about that. They weren't as strong as they normally are yesterday. So I'm excited to see what they can bring today.
Well, they already are up against the OD from IG, so that's going to be their mid laner most likely. Bad Rider, Visage, IO, Nature's Prophet banned out on the sides of the teams. virtus.pro have the luxury of second pick, if you will. That is the most highest win rate so far. They go for the Darkseer for Roxy, one of his signature heroes straight away. And I think, I mean, you already mentioned it during, like, before the game. A lot will come down to the support duo of virtus.pro.
I want to go over the first phase's bans real quick.
Yeah?
I think Furion and IO are two extremely smart bans coming out of IG. Furion's a hero that KSI plays a lot. And IO is just a hero wisp that they haven't had the most practice against IG, so they don't want to play against it. In VP, yesterday their Wisp game wasn't the best, but they're usually a lot better with it than that. For VP, I'm a little bit surprised that they left Alchemist this far. They didn't ban it out. They didn't pick it themselves, and wow, IG isn't even going to take it. And I think IG prefers to have Joe playing harder carry than Alchemist. And they already have Ferrari's OD, so they don't have a slot for Alchemist in their lineup.
Yeah. I mean, what's do support? I mean, before you went over the bans, I said like the support duos for virtus.pro are going to be very important for this game. And of course, yesterday we saw a Vengeful Spirit and a Skywrath Mage to be able to make a lot of differences on the map. virtus.pro also a team that often goes for the Naga Siren as a support and then combines that up with the Disruptor. What kind of supports are you expecting virtus.pro to go for?
VP doesn't actually play Naga as a support. They have Illidan played as a carry. But they already have a Lifestealer for themselves, so I don't think they'll go for a Naga this game. Though it is possible to have it as support. Just I haven't seen NS or Arzart play it as a support in any of the games I've seen from VP. So anyway, sorry, I got completely sidetracked away from your question.
Supports.
Oh, what supports they're gonna play?
Yes.
I think they could definitely go back into that same combo that worked for them yesterday, but they might have something else practiced and ready. Since they do have Darkseer, there is the possibility of a combo with Disruptor. That is always strong. I think NS plays the best Disruptor out of everyone that plays the hero. That I've seen at least.
Well, we did have Disruptor banned out a couple of times up against virtus.pro yesterday. IG still has that chance if they want it. We have the Naga Siren to be the one to get banned out instead. virtus.pro, their chance to ban out a hero and then pick one up straight away. They banned out the Tinker. Razor got banned out as well, of course, considering he is a bit of a counter towards the OD, although Lifestealer could be that same counter as well, if need be, on the mid lane. Possibility.
No, not nearly as hard as Razor counters OD.
True, but virtus.pro have done that before, so it's still an option that they might choose to go for.
Lifestealer's okay, but OD still gets his farm against the Lifestealer. He's just not going to completely shut down a Lifestealer either.
Well, let's see what virtus.pro bans out last, as they are taking their time, actually taking a bit into their bonus time. I mean, with IG's lineup, they don't give anything away. in terms of what they're planning on doing with that. So you can ban out supports, carries, solo lanes, ban out all you want, but IG is, I think, still going to be pretty happy with their draft because they kept it so open that they can probably run their own game still, as they normally want to.
Yep.
And there goes the tree and protector. No tree.
Smart ban. We've seen, or I've seen in the past, Liquid run Chen plus Tree as a support duo, and it's such a defensive duo in terms of all the healing that's available that if you have like a couple elusive heroes with that, like Weavers, Bottoms, heroes like that, OD is pretty good just because of how much damage that hero can deal and how aggressive you can be with defensive backup. That they can just be super insanely aggressive, getting up into Navi levels of aggression, and just be up in your face all the time because there's so much backing them up. Nick's getting picked up from VP. Oh my.
Well, interesting pickup because that's not one of their, you know, signature support combination heroes. We see Arsat playing Nyx Assassin quite successfully though, so who knows, maybe we're going to see that again today.
This is a very good game for Nyx because you can hunt Chen, and Chen, when he gets a mech, he's relatively safe against the Nyx if he has a good reaction time. But before then, he's kind of food for the Nyx. Meanwhile, OD, once OD starts getting his Zen items up, and Nyx gets levels in his mana burn, those mana burns start hitting for 500, 600, 700 damage on a 4-second cooldown. That is a lot of damage to go into an OD.
And on top of that, you can invest in the Lifestealer and then go hunting as well. You can surge up your Lifestealer if you want, or your Nyx Assassin even, no matter which one you want to have initiating. Definitely strong. Virtus.pro, I'm kind of scared that they are going to do something here that I'm not going to like to see, but for now, the Keeper of Light Nyx Assassin, a very safe combination for dual lane, for tri lane.
Yeah. That is a standard support duo that's been around ever since just after TI2. Like almost a year now that this has been a standard support duo. We haven't seen it too much recently because some nerfs to Nyx, some nerfs to Coddle. Coddle's still very popular, but Nyx has fallen in popularity.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't, it's not as strong as a defensive dual lane anymore, but it's still really good. Weaver.
Yep, IG want to have the ults on their side. Odds of most successful hero so far. Weaver picked up for IG.
Yep, there's only one stun coming out so far for VP, and since there's an OD mid, heroes like Puck that are good against Weaver are probably not going to get picked up because of how weak the hero is in landing against OD. So I'd like that Weaver pickup from IG. Not too much control to deal with him.
And of course, on top of that, the minus armor from the Weaver and from the Grip Swarm is pretty decent as well. Or from the Bugs Swarm.
Yep.
The Swarm.
A little bit of synergy there between him and Venge, yeah. It's another hero that IG can easily gank for. OD is super easy to gank for, unless the hero that you're trying to gank has an escape mechanism, of course. With the Chen and Venge dual roam. Weaver, pretty easy to gank for. That hero does a lot of damage early game.
IG's turn to ban.
Timbersaw ban.
Yeah.
Oh my.
They do not want to face a Timbersaw. A Phantom Lancer is the one that I was scared for just a moment ago, but he gets banned up by IG. But a Timbersaw ban. We saw Timbersaw yesterday once on the off lane.
Yep. He's been picked up a couple of times throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of heroes have been picked up. I think it was 68 different heroes were picked up, and Shadow Fiend
68.
is a pick from VP. It's another hero that we've seen a couple of times.
Another hero that doesn't have a disable though, like now, like as you already said, the only real disable that they have is a Nyx Assassin, and of course you can vacuum into that if timed properly, but it's still gonna be crippling Virtus.pro a little bit because they're up against a Magic Missile, an OD, Astral Imprisonment. You can have disables that your Chen brings to the group, and IG still having one more hero to pick up.
But Shadow Fiend does bring a lot of raw damage.
Yes.
Follow up after the Nyx Impale. If Nyx can get a couple of heroes that are grouped up with an Impale, or I shouldn't say grouped up, lined up, or grouped up, either one, Shadow Fiend drops a couple raises on top of that, you have a Coddle Blast come in, and all of a sudden that's a lot of damage getting dealt to these IG heroes that are all fairly squishy right now. But they will have a quick mech coming out from either the OD or Chen. I think that's going to be interesting to look at, because OD should be able to get a mech up quicker than Chen, especially since Chen Venge. I'm expecting a good amount of roaming from those two. If OD doesn't get the mech and Chen does, OD gets to build damage items faster, but he's got less defense against this Nyx Assassin. So it's an interesting little toss-up there.
Yeah.
And Beastmaster's the last pick.
More disable coming off for IG, and of course the Roar to also shut down Lifestealer as well as Shadow Fiend. A lot of aggression possible from IG at this point.
Yeah, but offlane Beastmaster is something that tends to suffer early. There is aura stacking going on for IG side. Overall, they've got a really good Groupus 5 lineup going on. They've got the aura from OD, which is always nice to give you relentless pushes. And God, I can't get over YYF's hair on Beastmaster. That is ridiculous. God damn.
Mohawk.
They got, of course, the classic Venge Beastmaster aura stacking going on to improve their damage output. And Chen can also get some creeps that have auras, so some nice aura stacking coming out for their side. Meanwhile, VP has a pretty well-rounded lineup that's lacking one thing in a big way: stuns. You gotta see how they work.
Pressure Arsart. Get those triple impales going.
As far as who's playing what, I'll go over IG. We've got YYF playing the Mohawk Master on top lane. Middle lane is going to be, of course, Ferrari 430 playing this OD, and he was pulled one piece of regen. I always like to note who gets pulled what. There's also a Clarity being pulled from Faith over to YYF's Mohawk Master. The tri-lane is going to feature Chuan in the jungle on the Chen, Zhou playing the Weaver, and the Venge is going to be picked up by Faith.
Yeah, of course, on the side of virtus.pro, they are on the dire side for this game. We have got Illidan, Airman, Stormrage playing the Lifestealer, Arsart playing the Nyx Assassin. It will be NS or Death Stars playing the Keeper of the Light. And C or KSI will be playing the Darkseer. One of his signature heroes will start out in the jungle by the looks of it. Mid lane goes the way of Crazy or Tame Out Wild, and they leave the bottom lane therefore completely open. Nice block coming out for Crazy, but a bit too nice.
Yeah, he got the lane into his tower. It was a DD rune picked up by Arzart. He did go mana burn first. I want to see him stick around mid and get 2 or 3 mana burns up on the OD. He does have to be careful though for potential Chen plus Venge roams coming his way. But Shadow Fiend, when you put Shadow Fiend mid against OD, you want to give him support so he can get his souls up. If he gets his souls up, he's able to lane fine against OD if ganks don't come in. But Shadow Fiend is just this really easily ganked hero. Doesn't have a lot of base damage until he has souls, and he's gonna need the support.
It does mean that you are sacrificing your support a little bit for that, and maybe also the levels for Crazy, but indeed it will be worth it if it's actually gonna be giving Crazy those souls. So for Chuan, he does have a smoke. He's still in the jungle though, just gonna be farming it up, not really rotating yet to try and make something happen or trying to force Arsart away from that middle lane. So far, IG seems to be happy with their laning situation. I mean, Zhao is going to have free farm on that bottom lane. And it looks like YYF is at least going to be able to get some experience here. Doesn't look like he's going to be harassed enough to actually die. I mean, the killing potential from a Keeper of the Light alone is really not that big. Arsart would be the one to come top and try and help kill off that Beastmaster. And even then it's going to be tough because it's only one disable. So for now, YYF should be able to get himself a solid top lane.
What Arzart's been doing with his positioning is he's not leeching too much experience from the Shadow Fiend, and he's also sitting in a position where he, for the most part, where he's been relatively safe from smoke ganks if they come in from IG, and he's gonna bust the smoke and waste it from IG at the same time. I also want to go over the early game warding that's out. There's a mid lane ward for VP, and they place it in a spot that isn't gonna get sentryed, so that's pretty nice from them. As Crazy in this middle lane is playing very scared of this illusion that's coming out from Venge. IG, what they did is they had Faith run up to top immediately and place a rune ward up there, which is going to help keep YYF safe. He's going to see if there's any rotation coming from behind. And YYF also has 2 points in his pets. He's going to use his board to stack the Ancients a bit. The one bad thing for VP is the amount of experience that YYF is able to get, which you already mentioned, because Arzart's not there, there's no disable.
And of course that Beastmaster, normally he'd stack Ancients just so they can get back up to good levels after not getting too many levels on the lane. But in this game, he'll get even more, and he already gets some on the lane, so that's gonna be an extra boost for him. Rather than making it to making the ancient stacks to get even later on in the game, he'll be getting actually ahead. So that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, he actually has stacked ancients once. With the amount of mana burns that went onto Ferrari in this laning phase, he's got 0 mana left for imprisons right now, which is huge for VP.
Yeah, Crazy does have himself some souls, 13 of them even. 12 for 5 for Crazy, while Ferrari's sitting on 14 to 6, so very even in terms of last hits. Of course, Crazy did suffer a little bit of the experience that actually Arsar took, but you don't see that back for Ferrari. Ferrari has actually not got even that much more experience compared to Crazy.
Well, Ferrari's actually got an extra wave that's hitting his tower right now, so he's gonna pull pretty far ahead. And Ferrari was actually forced into buying a bottle because of the fact that he got mana burned 3 or 4 times from Arzart.
In the meantime, tier 1 tower on the bottom lane goes down. That's gonna be IG making that happen. So for no first blood yet on the map. We do have KSI getting harassed here a little bit by Zhao, but that Iron Shell will force him right back. And we do have a rotation coming off Arzart. He really wants to have YYF, but YYF playing it very safe. Here comes an Impale still. Do they have enough damage is the question. The open wounds will be there. They're gonna try to dive this. Mana leak there as well. And they should be able to get this. In comes also the Shadow Fiend to try and help out. But the Illuminate gets it. The first blood hits and Crazy comes to help take down the tier 1 tower here on the top lane.
And with Shadow Fiend here, that's 100% dead tower. There's no way that IG can rotate to try and defend that. I feel like at IG's jungle, Chuan's been playing a fairly passive Chen. And he's actually stacked up the hard camp, or face stacked it up, and they're just gonna hope for Wildkin to be able to farm that camp up to help accelerate Chuan's farm, and also his levels. But so far he's gotten a lot of troll creeps. I've been watching him a little bit. Ellen Stormrage has picked up a Midas with an early tower kill, which he did get the last hit on. That gave him just enough gold to finish off his Midas.
It's gonna go for late game. Seeing if they can outfarm their opponent. So in the meantime, he has himself Tranquil Boots. He's got 32 last hits. He's only 2 behind on the Lifestealer. I don't know for sure if he actually got the last hit on the bottom lane on the tower. You remember?
No. I did not check that.
We can check the gold. It's actually still in favor of the Lifestealer, so I'm gonna assume that he did not get that gold. The gold in general is still very even though. I mean, it's only 500 gold in favor of virtus.pro. And that's just courtesy of First Blood. Crazy coming back in the mid lane now as well. Is left Ferrari alone for a while. Ferrari now almost level 7 while Crazy is still sitting at level 5.
This is a second time we've seen a mid rotate to secure tower. Each time they do that, they just get behind in experience, which sucks for them, but securing that tower is also good. There's also smoke up from IG with this troll creep, looking to get a kill off on Crazy.
Yeah, 2 disables there. 4 people in the mid lane for IG, because we also have Beastmaster rotating to get some extra experience. Even if they don't get the kill, they might be able to get...
It's not just experience, it's pressure on the tower.
Yeah, they won't...
Because they've got 1 point Nor on both their Venge and Beastmaster.
We do have 3 people from virtus.pro coming in to try and defend this. Let's see how far they can get with this. Tower already down to half or below half HP even. And
interesting little note, Faith does have a compendium, and he's got Skriok's Talon, the immortal weapon for Venge.
Yep.
Got that nice little animation.
On the Weave of Terror. Happy to say that I got the same one. Here's... Looks kind of cool. Tower gets denied!
Big
Nice deny! Crazy! Crazy deny. And that means that IG just wasted, or they didn't really waste time, but they had 4 heroes mid, and they did not get the last hit up on the tower. 3 heroes of virtus.pro there means that 2 were still happily farming, one of them being the Lifestealer. That's actually a bit of a win for virtus.pro for sure.
Yeah, it's... Well, anytime you commit a lot of heroes to grouping up and pushing down a tower, you're relying on getting a gold advantage. Anytime the tower's denied, you're not actually getting a gold advantage, and that's hurting you because you're losing out on so much experience by grouping up. YYF rotated back up the top lane, and up here he's going to get his 6 relatively quickly. YYF, since he's against the Naix, has chosen to go with a max of Call of the Wild to have this board to slow down the Naix. and really pester him in these team fights. And also have rank 3 pets up, gives him a good hawk early on in the game.
So he's gonna get a kill here on the top lane. NS not able to survive against that. He's completely out of mana though. KSI might be able to do some work here. Chikushi is not up. In comes the raises. If he dies for this, that would be big. That would actually be not worth it at all. Using his tranquils.
Going on.
In comes the surge, up on Crazy, getting blocked a little bit by the creep. One more hit needed, one more raise, there we go, that's a kill. Tower helping out, and that is not a worthy exchange for IG.
Of that early point manly coming into play there, NS was able to pop it off on him before dying, and boom, out of mana on Weaver.
Very good trade for virtus.pro. We're 2 kills ahead right now. I mean, we're still kind of stuck in the laning phase soon when that Beastmaster hits level 6, who now has, by the way, arcane boots, so quite nice for him. But we'll probably see him rotating around, trying to create a little bit more space on the map.
Chen's got a troll and a centaur and instant smoke up afterwards by IG. Looking to get a kill. They see NS right now, they might go for him. Also, Chuan is the one going for the mech, and Ferrari's going for a quick 4-staff this game.
Ferrari's maybe able to kill off NS by himself. Monolith will be there. In comes Crazy. Savior of the day. And Ferrari just keep on running. The smoke went top in the end.
Yep.
Looking for a roar. Looking for a swap perhaps as well. There's a roar and a swap back into range of Zo. And that is going to be one infested lifestealer because he lives. He so lives.
Excellent save, Sheever. An excellent save by Illidan right there.
Yeah, and he infests out and he rages himself out. That's gonna be him living. I mean, that is the combination that IG would be looking for to try and get the kills, try and get the flow rolling. That's what you do when you have a Beastmaster. But they hit everything on him and he infests. He's fine.
I didn't see why, but Chuan was very far behind.
Yeah, he does.
Fate there, despite them smoking up together and obviously at the same time. Chuan was very far behind, and if his centaur was there, then they'd definitely get that kill, but it wasn't, so Illidan's able to save himself and go right back to farming. That was another huge investment from IG that just didn't pan out for them.
Pretty good fight again for virtus.pro. They themselves haven't really initiated so much. I mean, they're more of the counter-aggression at the moment. They are still happy with having Crazy getting those souls up, getting that farm up, getting his items ready. BKB or Shadowblade, what are you expecting from him? Or even Blink Dagger, depending on how aggressive he wants to be.
I don't think he's going to go for a Blink at all. I think it's going to be either Shadowblade or BKB. Since he's fighting against a line that wants to be grouping against 5 relatively early, probably a BKB.
Oh, swap
Another
into
swap
a roar, and that's going to be someone that they can kill. The Keeper of the Light. The only hero that has died so far on the side of virtus.pro.
Yep. Meanwhile, Zhou is just gonna separate himself from the pack. He's gonna split push up top while they are gonna commit several heroes at the bottom. Chuan's gonna rotate over in a second. It's gonna be another 4-man push.
He still has a nice camp standing here. So many trolls.
Yes.
Like, seriously, how lucky can you get? Trolls and centaurs all over the place. And mud golems, okay.
He never got a wildkin though to
True.
kill off that camp.
True.
Which he definitely wanted to do to accelerate his farm and get a mech quicker. Instead, Chuan's actually choosing just farm to try to. He has level 6 now. Still choosing to farm instead of grouping up with his team to push. They don't really want to commit to this tower. With Roar on cooldown, I suppose. But if you look at the items, I know you mentioned the early arcane boots.
Yeah.
IG is definitely familiar with running push strats. We got early arcane boots, we got an early urn on the Venge. Getting these items up is super important when you have push strats. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Vlad's coming out soon.
A mechanism being built up by the Chen also.
Yep.
And Ferrari already with its 4-staff. I mean, this is already 2 tier 1 towers down on the side of virtus.pro. With only 1 down by virtus.pro on the side of IG. And that could definitely mean that we are going to be seeing a push incoming shortly. On the top tier 1 tower if Zoe is going to get forced away, which looks to be the case for now. Illidan
Fresh
still
level
farming.
6 on Nyx.
Ooh, smoke up on IG as well at the same time. Let's see if they can get someone.
IG knows that Shadowfiend's been farming in the jungle and they're gonna go try to gank him right now.
Well, they're gonna find
Smart
KSI
choice.
first. In comes a roar. No, just a stun and a roar. They will take him down. Nice.
Nice quick kill for them.
Yep.
Now they're gonna try and convert that into a push.
Yeah, maybe they can kill off Crazy as well, because he's not scout out. In comes Arsart with the Vendetta, looking for a target. Finds himself the Weaver. 70's Eclipse still got dropped. They are able to at least get Yao. Crazy tries to run himself away. Ferrari with the Haste Rune. It should be enough. One more hit. Oh, it doesn't get the hit. In comes the Orange Charge. That will be enough. In comes the Astral Imprisonment, holding down Arsart for a little while. And that's gonna be the end of that, or at least the end of that for neither actually, because tower's still up for IG. IG is gonna back off with all those TPs in. They don't want to be taking that fight again. They did get ahead in that fight though. Getting Crazy is of course very good. They did lose their Weaver for it though. Not that ideal, but better than only losing Weaver without getting a trade.
Illidan's getting really close to an armlet here. The one thing you have to consider for Illidan is there are rank 4 pets up from WoW's Beastmaster, and that board is going to be slowing him down always in these team fights until he gets killed off. There's a lot of AoE damage to kill the board though, between raises and also Coddle Blasts.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, the mechanism being started up on KSI as well, by the way. And actually, we're gonna see another fight if Zoe gets his way.
He's going to run out and scout and not find anyone. So they're just going to get this tower, it looks like, for IG. And VP kind of wants to defend it, kind of doesn't want to. They don't really have souls right now on their SF.
And they
the one bad thing for VP is they gave their jungle to Shadow Fiend. So KSI isn't very farmed right now, and he's also under level. It's only 7 at 14 minutes in, and that's not what you expect from a jungle Darkseer. That's because he wasn't really jungling. He gave it away to the Shadow Fiend.
Fair enough. Level 7 indeed. I mean, it's the average level in the game, and actually also one of the lowest, I guess, compared to the rest. On the side of IG, they are getting ahead in levels. Their lowest level is level 7, and they have that app on the Chen. So support Vengeful Spirit, level 8. Highest support in the game at this time, so doing very well here for Faith.
Very early gem picked up by Faith. He just bought it, it's flying out. So that's going to make life miserable for Arzard trying to initiate, and it's also going to help out a lot for map control. They do have a Beastmaster Hawk to make sure that they can counter ward everywhere on the map, if they so choose.
And at this point, I mean, with the gem, indeed, you already said it during the draft, Arzard is the one to create space and, you know, find kills upon Chuan, for example. But he can't do that anymore. He doesn't have any opening anymore. No more surprise impales. No more surprise Vendetta for that extra burst damage. And even a Surge right now is not really going to be enough. Not with the amount of disable that IG has.
And NS is getting caught up by Ferrari.
Yeah, Monolith's still up on there. He tries to run for it, but the Eclipse gets dropped. That's a kill for Ferrari. And it looks like we're going to see virtus.pro kind of boxed in. They come from all sides at the moment. From the low ground, from the side. Vendetta for Arzard thinks he is safe. For now he is, though open wounds. Gonna be dodged by the Astral Imprisonment. In comes the Roar. Infest out to a Chen creep. That's one of the Chen creeps dead as we see the Vengeful Spirit going down. Arzard able to try and help down kill off Zoe as well. But Zoe is able to time-lapse himself away, and that is IG backing off. They lose the Venge. And only in the end catches the Keeper of the Light. Yep.
Support's traded off.
And it's of course support higher level for IG, so that means virtus.pro slightly ahead, especially if they get Ferrari here, and they do get him. One more hit, actually 10 HP. Does he live through this? 10 HP. In comes the Surge. Arzard looking for something, but never mind. That's an Iron Shell right there. Even in Astral Imprisonment, that Iron Shell is still there.
It's a big pickup for VP. They're going to try to convert this into mid tower. The rest of IG is collapsing to try to get here in time to defend. With Glyph, they might be able to, this is going to be close, if they can get the deny. Joe's going to go for a try on this. Ooh, big buyback coming out.
KSI already in trouble, already dead. In comes an Illuminate. Illidan goes for an open wounds upon Ferrari. Decides to go on someone else first and now backs off only. In comes a magic missile. Illidan, a lot of trouble right now. He doesn't have a rage. He does have his armlet to try and toggle it on and off and stay alive. Swaps him back into enemy lineups, and there he goes, armlet toggling. Now he rages, but that's too late. That's a kill. Faith.
Another stun coming up for Faith in 4 seconds. Is he going to be able to get it? He's going for it.
Yeah, he wants it. In comes an impale though.
Big stun.
Raises, double kill. Roar still comes out. Crazy dies for the double kill, but not even that bad. Chuan with a double kill as well.
Huge stun from Arzard to turn that around. Crazy does in the end die for it, but getting Joe killed as well definitely worth it. Look at Joe's Weaver. He's not that farmed.
Not at all.
He's got Aquila, he's got Magic Wand, he's got Treads. He also picked up Vitality Booster, but we're 18 minutes into the game, and he was free farmer in safe lane. He really isn't that farmed, considering the 3 towers that they've killed.
I mean, in terms of net worth, the list, virtus.pro has got the 2 highest, Lifestealer as well as their Shadow Fiend, and of course that's partly for the Hand of Midas. But they are also 1 tower behind, so they're actually doing pretty okay still considering.
Scan coming out. Illidan just infested right into Arzart, and they're gonna go for something here. They want to make action on bottom lane because after they get a gank here, if it's successful, easy to convert that into a tower kill.
And as long as it's not Beastmaster that they kill, means that there's not going to be a gem. Zo will be able to time-lapse himself in just a second. There he goes. Sentry's still there though. He's mana leaked. He's on the run and he should be able to be safe. Gonna hide and wait for his team to show because his team is on its way. In comes Ferrari. Looks for an S1 Prism. Finds it up on our start. From the sidelines in comes Chuan as well. With the creeps. Raisin's already tried to clear out the creeps. That's 2 creeps dead. Well, that's Chuan being kind of sad. He only has a couple of skeleton warriors left.
Yep. And there's just not enough burst on VP to be able to kill this Weaver. Because he has all these stat items. Strength Treads, Ring of Achilles gives him stats, and the Vitality Booster. And the Magic Wand. And Arzart knows that on land, Joe's going to have the reaction time to be able to Shikuchi instantly if he gets the Vendetta hit off. So he has to leave with stun from Invis. He can't get greedy and go for that attack or it won't work at all.
And the BKB up on Shadow Fiend. I think he wants to show it off. It's still on 10 seconds. IG, as you said, can they actually win a fight right now if they go 5 on 5? With the Hand of God there and the mechanism on the Chen. The mechanism is done on the Darkseer of course as well. And actually virtus.pro they back off. For now.
They don't want to commit to this. They just had a failed gank. There's really no reason for them to commit either. They've got a lot of farm in mid lane and top lane available, so 2 carries are going to go pick that up. The only thing that still worries me is KSI is getting really underleveled here. And YYF is, or not YYF, IG is on the prowl. YYF leading the charge. Who is also building into an Aghanims.
Yeah, he still has a gem as well.
2 people from VP just TP'd to mid and top. So IG did the smart thing, they looked for Straggler, they couldn't find one with a Hawk. So they're just going straight into the Roshan.
It's a pretty solid pickup. This is not something that virtus.pro knows that's going on because virtus.pro at this time does not have any wards up on the map.
Yeah, but that's a byproduct of that gem.
Yep.
They have been buying wards. They've got none on their heroes even. Wow. Not even on the chicken. They're just getting counterworked hard.
And this would be huge. Sealing the ancient camp of your enemy team that was just stacked by NS. That's big.
Yep, triple stack. That's about 800 gold or so going the way of IG here. On top of getting the Roche. So it's a big gold swing in their favor. That brings it back up to even pretty much.
Yep. Although, yeah, the gold graph still shows no difference. Not really. Experience graph, same story. I mean, that's going to be 9-7 in the kill score. Very even thus far. And it looks like both teams are still looking to be making that edge. I mean, this next team fight could be the deciding one, at least for the team that gets an edge in the game. That gets the one to get to play from ahead rather than to play from behind.
Yeah, the game is definitely even right now and can go either way.
Oh.
Faith right now is on a mission.
Arzart also on a mission.
You saw the majority with this ward on bottom near the T2 of VP. So the majority of their team, so he just ran up into their jungle and placed a really aggressive ward.
Infest gank failed. Illidan decides to jump out. 5 versus 5 on the bottom lane. In comes a swap. Up on KSI. Roar as well. And that should be one dead Darkseer. Open wounds up on Faith though. Faith gets Astral Imprisonment. Safe for a little while. Illuminate flies over the top. Not really doing that much. Hand of God already used. Helping out Faith. But Faith still dead. In comes Crazy with his BKB. Looking for a target. Does not find one. Now finds Zoe. He already uses his time lapse though. The raises is not enough. Crazy now on the way out. Knows he has to run. Turns it around, looks for raises, finds them as well. Open wounds, up on YYF. One more hit needed. There we go. That's going to be YYF dead. They do lose the Nyx Assassin for that with the help of the Sanity's Eclipse. Aegis gets burnt. In comes Ferrari once again. Astral Imprisonment up on his next target. Up on the lifestealer, and Illidan is all by his lonesome right now. Tries to rage, tries to run, maybe gets himself something in return, because in comes KSI, the one that died first. Wants to go for Zoe, gets it as well. No more time left for him, it was on cooldown. And in the end, it is a trade still in favor of IG, I want to say. Actually, no, like, that's not true.
They did get the Aegis, which is huge.
Yeah.
It was 3 kills for VP, 4 kills for IG. That wall vacuum, by the way, the initial wall hit made an image of Joe. Then when he used Shikuchi to get away, he got vacuumed back into his image and on top of the wall, killed his image with the Shikuchi, spawned or took the initial wall damage again, and that's what killed him off. Big play coming out from KSI.
Nice.
It's always super annoying when you're a Weaver and that happens to you, dying because of Shikuchi.
No, but still,
Like,
I mean, the
of course, if he doesn't use it, he's still dead anyway.
And the
Well played,
the
KSI.
fight that I was gonna say, like, was gonna make the change of being ahead or behind. I mean, there was a fight, but in the end, not really much changed. Still, both teams are in the same situation where they want to be able to get ahead without losing too much in return. We do almost have a tier 1 tower dead on the side of IG. That would be their last tier 1 if they get that. That's at least something that virtus.pro can get out of this.
That kill on Joe, by the way, that KSI got, caught him up on experience in a big way. He's now almost level 11, and he was almost level 9 before that, so he got a full level and then some with that kill.
And still, I mean, still 4 people on virtus.pro bottom. What are they expecting to do here? We don't have Crazy here. He is able to get here in 8 seconds if he wants to. He has his BKB back up again as well. Hello, Desolator up on Airman right now, looking solid. But virtus.pro, they want to continue fighting here and forcing IG to sit with 5 people on their bottom lane.
And Illidan knows that last fight he went and attacked YW's board twice because he knows that YW is just gonna stick that to him every fight if he doesn't kill it off. That's a nice little thing that Illidan's been doing to deal with it. He also noticed one of the Chen's trolls earlier. Chuan just went and grabbed a centaur instead.
Let's see if they can find an initiation. Looking for the swap from Faith perhaps again as initiation. Tool, last time he died for that though. And who is he gonna swap? KSI again perhaps?
DP has to be so careful of swap straight into Aurora.
Yep.
Crazy trying to raise down the Hawk, but it was out of range of the first, and then while if Mike was back, the second doesn't hit either.
Yeah, lucky for him, there's gonna be a mana battery right next to him.
Ooh, the stun coming out from Arzart does clip it.
Yeah, nice. Still though, everybody hanging bottom. Looks like the other lanes are just not existent. Of course, for virtus.pro, they can have Crazy farming top or anywhere else as long as Keeper of the Light is on that and recall anybody there. That's gonna be giving them, or giving virtus.pro a slight edge in a siege situation like that. But right now, IG is also changing patterns. No, never mind. Going back bottom. Wow.
And they know that Crazy TP'd out, so now if they want to, they can go for this tier 2 tower. And yep, he's getting recalled right back by Keeper of the Light.
Yep. Let's see if
so we're gonna have another
standoff
here.
Yep. This time a bit closer to virtus.pro's base. And IG, they want to have the edge of the tower perhaps, so they already back out towards their own jungle. Forcing out the recall is nice.
Both teams are being very careful.
Very careful
and
indeed.
Once again, the Hawk gets sniped, this time by Raze.
Finally. It's about time. Crazy in the meantime almost got his Mantis Tower. I say almost, but he has only got his ultimate orb at the moment.
Not necessarily a Manta, it could be a Scotty as well. Same. Could also be a Lincoln, but I doubt that one's gonna come out.
Lincoln's and BKB at the same target is not really often seen, but it does stop you from getting swapped.
If we look at Joe, he picked up an Ogre Axe, so he's probably working into a BKB. He's going a super defensive build, while most of their damage is going to be coming out by way of Ferrari. And also with the assistance of these auras that they have. Granted, both are still at rank 1, but as they level up more, they get more and more points in that aura.
Yep. Let's see, IG making their way again towards the bottom lane with 5 people. I mean, really, we know that IG does this and that they have a lineup to actually support this as well. virtus.pro don't seem to be too sad about it, and because that... Oh, and comes the swap and the roar. Lifestealer first target, he does end up going down. Is there a buyback for him? Faith still gets dropped as well. Time lapse already used for Zoe. It is a 1-for-1 trade so far, favorable for IG. And with that Darkseer wall there, that should stop IG from really going into the tower right now. No buyback from the Lifestealer. Means that virtus.pro can't really fight at this moment.
Yeah, plus, IG doesn't want to fight either. They committed so many spells to getting that kill. He's getting his Eclipse, he used Roar. That's all their team fight gone right there. They also had to use Hand of God to try and save Faith. And after that really, really big vacuum wall, they had to use it as well. So both teams just backing off after that. 1-for-1 trade in IG's favor.
Definitely so. A mechanism indeed used for Chuan. I mean, why are they still trying to go 5-on-5 bottom is the question. I mean, virtus.pro, they are getting that farm up on the Shadow Fiend. Actually, Hex is there up for Ferrari. He goes for Crazy. He might be able to get it as well. In comes Faith. Has got that stun. There he goes. BKB get pop TPs out. It's gonna be worth it for IG to pop that BKB
and Faith
charge.
couldn't get the swap. The vision from his Wave of Terror faded, or wasn't there, and he just didn't walk up the hill fast enough to get the swap to cancel that TP.
Ouch.
Bit of a mistake coming out from IG. They definitely should have killed Crazy there. And IG going for another push potentially.
Yeah, this time mid. Let's see what they get. They still have that swap. There we go. Going for Illidan. Again, already hexed up and killed off as well. No, he rages. He armor toggles. He turns it around. Infesting to a creep back to full HP. Vengeful Spirit still the one to die, of course, from that swap. There goes the last gen creep with one more hit coming off from NS. And virtus.pro are start looking for something. 4 steps forward for IG though, and they should be safe. And that is gonna be Illidan surviving that initial burst.
Some CC stacking there between the Hex and the stun from Faith. So that definitely helped Illidan have a chance to survive there. And that he did. Some item pickups coming out. BKB is finished on Joe. Ferrari, as we mentioned, has that Hex plus 4 staff. YWF finished up his Aghanim, so Roar's a lot lower cooldown now. Chuan finished up a 4 staff a little while ago. Hasn't gotten much since then though, since it's just been a massive standoff. NS has been buying all of the wards for VP, so all he has is Tranquil Boots. Illidan got that Desolator a little while ago, but because of the standoffs, again, not much item progression since then. There's a Hood picked up at KSI. He's going to be working into a pipe to help out with all that damage coming out from Sanity's Eclipse. Crazy working into most likely a Manta. He's going to have that soon. And Arzar picked up a gem not too long ago, and he's working on that Blink, and he's getting close.
Yeah, pretty decent item progression still, considering the standoff, I guess. I mean, it's not really going either way just yet. We still have the gold graph dropping back and forth.
Roshan just spawned. IG didn't have a ward there, so they sent a Chen creep. They got killed off instantly by a lot of heroes.
Oh, Arzar walks right into people with the gem, loses his own gem, buys back. In comes the stun up on Lifestealer. That's gonna be Lifestealer already dropped. 2 down. And Keeper of the Light, 3 down. Bought back. Arzar tries to make amends. Tries to make a difference here, but he's already getting forced back. Gets swapped back into enemy lines. And it looks like he might die again. Nice by Carapace though, but dead he is nonetheless. That is 4 kills at the same time. Or 4 kills at once for IG. And the rest...
That's going to be Roche for them.
Yeah, and the rest of virtus.pro, I mean, nowhere to be found, of course. That's a bought back Nyx Assassin that died again. And that is 2 gems now up on IG.
That's no blink for him anytime soon either, and he really needed that.
Yeah.
That's a rare mistake coming out from Arzar right there. He knows that there's a gem up on IG, and he saw some of their heroes and he just kept going forward. So that Surge just dies for it.
Yeah, dies
That's
for
gonna
it.
open up
Sacrifice
a big
team.
opportunity for IG now that they have another Aegis on Ferrari, and they're a little bit dependent on having this Aegis on Ferrari because he didn't go for any defensive items yet. He's got the Force Staff, but doesn't have a BKB to help save him. Which I'm assuming he's gonna get a BKB next. There's not much to disable, but like I said earlier, that Nyx mana burn is a nuisance. Arzar did opt to go for 4 points into Spike Carapace instead of the mana burn, and he's only level 11 right now.
Illuminate's trying to stop the push that's coming in. Impale kind of misses. Infest actually doesn't miss. Hits us out. Time lapse away though. Infest out. No
Sentry was a
opponents.
little bit late there, coming out from NS.
Illidan
And he's
has
gonna
his
buy
hand of
4 more
Midas
right away.
off cooldown, but he really doesn't want to show himself in case he gets swapped. So this is wasted hand of Midas time for Illidan.
If he also wants to be able to use that on the board or one of the Chen creeps if possible.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He's gonna
If
get
his
lucky
team does
soon,
choose to fight.
if need be. Tier 2 tower dies. IG with that Aegis, I mean, they can just force down these towers. There's virtus.pro, they do not want to take on a 5 versus 5 fight at this time.
And an Ancient Stack once again gonna get picked
Oh,
up
wow.
by IG.
That's massive. A lot of gold again going the way of IG.
If VP's done a good job of stacking Ancients, they have not done a good job of killing Ancients though.
Yeah. Let's see how far they can get with the tier
And
2 bottom.
It's actually gonna be a Scotty going up for crazy.
Still? Really? Really? Oh my god, it's really
Yep.
gonna be a Scotty.
Not too bad of an item choice. That makes SF very tanky.
I don't know if I'm happy with that or sad. I like seeing Scotties. But
Hey, it shoots
Dire's
snowballs
bottom
at the
tower
enemy.
has fallen.
pun intended. Let's see if he can snowball with that though. Tier 2 tower dies. I mean, no real surprise. IG not really finding any resistance from virtus.pro there. Only one tier 2 tower left standing on the side of virtus.pro. We have got the gold graph because of those towers going down, and of course because of previous fight going the way of IG. Same story goes for the experience, which is actually a lot more clear. 7,500 experience going the way of IG, and that means that the supports of virtus.pro are just under leveled. That's the main difference right now. Just the supports of IG sitting at level 13, while level 11 is at level 10, the support level for virtus.pro. And of course, still on the front Darkseer.
EXP isn't the biggest deal for Keep the Light. Darkseer's actually done a pretty good job of catching up. He's about to have his pipe finished. 1 point away from having max vacuum. Very close to level 12 as well. Scotty is complete on Shadow Fiend. There's also a BKB complete up on OD now. There's a lot of Modest armor coming out for VP. They have Desolator, they obviously have Shadow Fiend's Aura, and Illidan on the Snakes is working into an AC now. So I'd like to see IG pick up items like Vlad's on Chen, maybe work towards a AC of their own. But Chuan is actually working towards a Hex. Like, screw getting armor to help her push.
Yeah,
Don't care about the Aura for extra damage either.
I want to be
Gonna go
Battle
straight
Chen.
damage.
Battle Chen.
Chen some more control.
Yeah, tier 2
Hex is
tower.
definitely good though.
Dire's top tower is
There is no fortification. virtus.pro is not in place to defend this. They're also not getting anything in return for it, and they will be forced back to their base
fallen.
before they can get anything on the bottom lane. All outer
The-
towers of virtus.pro now dead.
IG from winning these fights and getting levels on their Beastmaster and Venge have amped up their damage so much by leveling up these auras. You can see that they're just absolutely melting towers.
Yeah, that's a tier 3 dead. In comes a pipe for virtus.pro.
Has fallen.
They still don't really want to have that fight though. Not with that Aegis up on Ferrari.
Yep, there isn't a hard up for Weaver, so they can't really slow push too well. They have to be a little bit careful doing this.
Infest in
But
Arsart. Central Ward already dead. In comes a swap. BKB turned on for crazy. Vacuum into the wall there as well. And IG taking a ton of damage here. Brilliant impale. That's so already dead. Looking for more kills. Faith looks to be the next one to go. That's going to be a double kill for crazy. Can they find more TPs out? IG scatters. IG runs. 2 for 0. And they defend their racks.
If the ward just didn't come there on in
Radiant's
time
bottom tower
onto
is
crazy,
under
I didn't even
attack.
see who YWF chose
Dire's
to war
top
there.
barracks are under attack.
But the Sandy's Eclipse that hit, it hit on 2 magic immune targets. There's a BKB already for crazy, he instantly popped that when he got swapped. And Lifestealer Illidan already had rage up, so the Sanity's Eclipse didn't really do any damage there. And that's a huge portion of their damage in team fights, with the amount of int that Ferrari's amassed.
Yeah, that was insane. Was of course, I mean, a bit of the show of the team fight that virtus.pro wants to have. And swapping in crazy and getting him with that Requiem of Souls still up. I mean, he was just in the middle of everybody. In comes a vacuum as well as a Darkseer wall. Good combination coming off on virtus.pro. And Zoe, who was trying to get away, got impaled still by Arsart, who came in to just get that kill.
Hex Roar coming out onto Illidan.
Whoa,
He's
that's...
spotted by these aggressive wards and gets picked off.
Yeah.
He
that's
thought
that.
he was look at all these aggressive wards placed by IG. 4 wards, all around top and mid, just getting complete control over VP's jungle with that. And they were able to do this because VP lost that gem a while ago.
And they actually have 6 wards up on the map right now.
Yeah, Illidan thought he was safe to be able to farm because Zhou was still dead for 5 seconds. And he didn't think that IG would play that aggressively with that timer still on their Weaver. And Weaver actually decided to get a Desolator of his own.
Is under attack.
So finally getting damage output at him. And Zhou, and before he was relying on ores, but now he's actually going to do damage. And a lot of it.
Let's see how far IG can get in the bottom lane, or middle lane rather, because that's what they're going for right now.
But Ferrari TP to defend bottom, so not much is going to happen.
They actually doesn't have a TP anymore.
3 smokes picked up by the Coddle. All at the same time.
virtus.pro, they know that something needs to be done, and they have a lot of wards to pass if they want to make it out of their base without their enemies knowing where they are.
Yeah. With these aggressive wards, it's going to be so obvious anytime VP goes for smoke right now.
Yeah. Unless they're thinking they're sitting in the base.
Yep. Because they did get the one that was in their base, the sentry.
Yeah. And Vendetta is about to run out with the infested lifestealer, not able to catch out anybody with that. I mean, we still have gems, of course, up on IG. They were not able to kill off a target with a gem in the previous fight, so... Or did they, actually? No. It's only 1 gem, though, up on the Beastmaster right now.
Initiation coming from a smoked up IG squad.
Yeah, they're finding the smoked up virtus.pro squad. In comes the Hex up on Crazy. Pipe still up. Swat and Roar up on KSI. In comes the Eclipse. Down goes Faith. Down goes Arsart. It is virtus.pro that has already lost 3. Maybe Crazy can make amends. He has to back off though. Zoe is on his tail. Hand of God keeps him up. Requiem of Souls doesn't seem to do that much. And that is gonna be Zoe with a kill up on Crazy. Should be able to get this with the Shakushi. In comes a raise. Time lapse away. Is he still gonna go for this? Looks like he is. Only 150 HP to go. And that is gonna be an easy deal for him. The only one that lives is the Lifestealer, who makes his way out towards his base. And the buyback from Nyx Assassin while Zoe TPs himself out, so Arsart not able to get the impale in time. Good fight for IG again. This time, Roar up on the right target. And a Hex instantly on Crazy before he can do anything.
Oh yeah. That, yeah, huge fight for them. The Sandy's Eclipse once again didn't do that much damage because Illidan was able to get off the rage in time. Ferrari did a really good job of cutting away from Illidan with the help of Wild's Boar, because Illidan was trying, after he killed Faith, he was trying really hard to stick to Ferrari, but he just wasn't able to. And out of just sheer rage, the Naix had to use his Midas onto that board to get rid of it, so he could try to just escape, because he was taking a lot of damage and getting cutted down. And while we were picking up Heaven's Halberd, so after Rage is down, he's able to stop Naix from attacking completely.
Now our Shadow Fiend.
Because Arzard is looking for a gank right now. Sees Chen, but Chen forced us to the low ground and is able to get away. Looks like IG is gathering for smoke themselves. They have a fresh Shiva's picked up on Ferrari right now.
Yeah, and TP back to base from Arsart, knowing that something might be amiss. And IG, I mean, they don't really have a smoke with them. They're just gonna go 5-manning without smoke. I mean,
yeah, Roshan's about to spawn. They have a DD, which is a huge room for them going to this Roche fight, or potential Roche fight. The Halberd is flying out right now for YYF.
We've got Shiva's guard up on Ferrari as well. Yeah, as said, I mean, that's gonna be a surprise for virtus.pro in the next fight to come. Their team fight, IG's team fight, is definitely shaping up quite decently. virtus.pro knows that Roshan is soon up though, so they're gonna try to contest this. They need to, because if they don't, IG is gonna be knocking on their tier 3s again. Oh, Ward's got placed. Arsart already scouted out.
Ward gets killed.
But too late.
DD Roche dies so fast.
Oh, Ferrari goes for this swap there as well. Goes for KSI. Already hexed up. That's KSI and Arsart already dead. Infest out. Rage and BKB on Crazy and Illidan. Can they make something happen before they BKBs run out? Faith gets sent back home. Already 3 dead on virtus.pro. That's the 4th. And maybe... No, that's the 5th. That Halberd MVP cannot attack Ferrari. That's a GG cold virtus.pro. The first game that they're up against IG, not able to win it. Of course, there's going to be 2 games in total, so we're going to see IG versus virtus.pro again right after this game, but outclassed, I'd say.
Yeah, IG played solid, but I think the story of this game was the lack of disable for VP that we talked about a bit at the start of the game. The Nyx didn't go phase drum, so didn't have mobility with move speed, and he wasn't able to stick onto targets because he had to deal with a boar. She kept having a Midas. Chen in that last fight, while he was rage, dropped a troll net on him, which goes through rage and disables him. Or keeps him in one place, I should say, just roots him. And he wasn't able to stick on targets the entire game. There's BKB that was up for Ferrari. They had double force or triple force stuff on their team. Halberd at the end. Roar to go through his rage. There's just so much to shut down the Nyx and prevent him from attacking. And it's just oversight in their draft to not have enough disable.
Now let's see if they're gonna be drafting some more disable in the next game to come, because of course IG versus virtus.pro coming up again for the group stages for the International 3. We are in Group B, and virtus.pro and IG will fight again in just a moment.